it be? For me, your man, Louie Tee. Welcome. You are here in the lab room. Louie Tee Live. Week 3 preseason edition. Breaking down all week 3 preseason games in the National Football League. And I just love live video feeds because at a moment's notice, your video can be over and you're not ready for it to be over. Look at it like this. Just imagine going to a fast food restaurant and buying a sandwich. And you sit down at the table and you take one bite out of your sandwich and you're like, damn, this sandwich is good. And then someone walks up to you as you're about to take the second bite of your sandwich and snatches the damn sandwich out of your hand and says, hey, you're done. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. That's essentially what just happened to me on my live feed. Okay. Live feed said, you're done? I said, hey, I'm not done. I'm not finished with that. They said, yes, you are. Fine. Okay. Have it your way. Anyhow, if you're here for the first time joining me on this channel, welcome. Subscribe to the channel, LouieTeeNetwork, for more great content in 2016 and beyond. I've got plenty of social media platforms with which you can reach this channel and this video to have your voice heard. Look down below underneath this actual monitor and you will see all of my social media platforms. There's also Twitter, @InTheLabRoom. Please like the Facebook page, In the Lab Room. Follow me on Twitter. So both of them are In the Lab Room on Twitter and on Facebook. If you want to reach the show, if you want to have your voice heard, leave a hashtag, and you'll see that scrolling across the bottom of your screen. Use the hashtag LouieTeeLive, whether you're on YouTube on the actual discussion chat board, or you're on Twitter @InTheLabRoom, hashtag LouieTeeLive, or you're on Facebook. Same thing applies there as well. So I want to get into the Tennessee Titans at the Oakland Raiders. This was a fun game to watch. It was a lot of fun. It was a nationally televised game, a lot of action, a lot of young guys making plays. This was fun to watch. So I want to get into this game, and the way that I do that is likes, dislikes, and banana in the tailpipe. Like, dislike, banana in the tailpipe.
What y'all, the second team?
We're the first team.
Yeah, we're not gonna fall for a banana in the tailpipe.
You're not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe?
Okay, so this is a simple concept for those of you who haven't watched before. Things I liked in this game, things I disliked in this game, and then the banana in the tailpipe, the thing I'm not falling for. The banana in the tailpipe is the oldest trick in the book. I'm not falling for it. Whether it's something good, something bad that I saw in this game, I'm not extrapolating it over the course of the 16-game regular season slate. I got to see more of it to believe it with my own 2 eyes. So let's get into the likes. I always like to start with the road team, and that was the Tennessee Titans in this game. They did a lot of good things, and I want to talk about some of them. Let's start with Tajae Sharpe. Talked to a lot of Titans fans over the course of this offseason, and the name that keeps coming up is Tajae Sharpe. They have high hopes for him. A lot of these Titans fans believe he's going to come in and light it up in his rookie campaign, and you saw a lot of flashes of what he could be for them in this football game. Huge play on about the 3rd play of the game where he catches the football and takes off on about a 66-yard gallop inside the 5-yard line. And I talked about him not being a big speed guy, not going to be dynamic nor explosive. You couldn't tell on that particular play, even though he did get caught from behind. He was at a standstill when he caught the football, turned around, turned on the Jets, and outran that entire Oakland Raiders defense inside the 5-yard line. So he showed a little something. We know he can catch the football, 111 grabs at UMass last year, leading all of college football. So we know he can catch the football. He showed you a little bit of dynamic ability, though, with that particular play. He looks the part. And I've been hearing Titans fans all offseason say, I had MJ of SFE tell me, look, this guy's going to have anywhere from 700 to 900 yards this season receiving. Maybe 800 was that number that MJ said right in that wheelhouse. But I had another Titans fan, my man Bam, say, look, man, I'm expecting a G from this dude. I mean, they're expecting big things from Tajae Sharpe, and you saw why in this football game. Let's talk about the running game. DeMarco Murray, Derrick Henry, they were phenomenal in this game. DeMarco Murray got it started, a nice run early. He was consistent, got in the end zone to cap off that first drive with the Tajae Sharpe big play. He got into the end zone, did DeMarco Murray. He looked good. Then he turned the reins over to Derrick Henry, and he continued where DeMarco Murray left off. They ran the football effectively in this game like they have all preseason long. And if they can continue to do this, I love the dedication to the run. I love the mindset that they have. And it started in the offseason with the moves that they made to shore up the front, to be more physical at the point of attack, and then going out and getting DeMarco Murray when you already had a slew of backs, going out and getting Derrick Henry when you already had a slew of backs. They wanted to make a point of emphasis that we're going to run the football, and you've seen that all preseason long. You saw it again in this game. They are dynamic up front running the football. If they can continue to do that, they're going to be a very competitive team in 2016. Jurrell Casey. I love Jurrell Casey. To me, he's been the one guy, the one constant on a bad Tennessee Titans football team for quite some time. A lot of people don't know him. He's not a household name. He should be, because he's that damn good. You saw it in this game. He single-handedly destroyed the interior of that Oakland Raiders offensive line in this football game. Sacked Derek Carr once, a couple of tackles for loss. He was in the backfield. He was impactful. Jurrell Casey is a stud. Led this Titans team in sacks last year, along with Brian Orakpo with 7. That's what this guy can do. He's had a double-digit sack season under his belt already. A lot of people don't know him. They should. Jurrell Casey is a damn good football player, and he looks poised for another dominant performance in 2016. And Marcus Mariota, I thought he performed well, showed the wheels, threw the football well in this game. He's still photographing where he's going with the football. He's staring down receivers. That play to Tajay Sharp that I alluded to earlier easily could have been an interception. Should have been. I don't know how Sean Smith didn't pick that football off, because he was right there, and Marcus Mariota stared the receiver down, took him straight to the football. I don't know how he missed that pass, but he did, and it allowed Tajay Sharp to go off to the races. But Marcus Mariota, really good, okay? He's going to be really good, and with the running game the way it is, that play-action fake is going to be there. He's going to have time because defenses are going to be on their heels. I think he's poised for a big season as well if they can protect him and if they can continue to run the football like they did in this game and have done all preseason long. I don't see why he won't have a huge leap from year 1 to year 2, because the weapons are there. They have enough stuff on this Titans football team, if they're going to run the football like that, for him to be very effective. He had the one play where he fakes the pitch on the lateral, then gets up the field, and then he fakes out David Amerson with a fake pitch to Harry Douglas, who's trailing him on the play. I don't know if that was diagrammed or what, but it was beautiful. And is able to cut inside on Amerson, get up the field about another 5 yards, and then pitch it to Harry Douglas before any contact comes, and allows Harry Douglas to get about another 4 yards on the play. Beautiful play. And it just shows off the wheels that Marcus Mariota possesses, which we already knew, but it's always good to see him use them to create more for this offense. So thought the Titans did some really good things in this football game. Let's get to the dislikes. The secondary. They're going to be a problem all season long. Derek Carr had his way with this Tennessee Titans football team in this game. He was going up top. And look, sometimes you just can't defense the perfect pass. That pass to Crabtree, what do you want a guy to do? Now, he didn't even look. That defender was not aware that the football was coming, but had he looked, I don't think he would have been able to do anything anyway, because that was just a great pass by Derek Carr. And then the touchdown pass to Amari Cooper. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? I mean, again, I don't think the defender even looked, but again, what was he going to do about it? I mean, Derek Carr was on fire, but that secondary, not very good. Not very good at all. We'll talk about, however, what they can do to impact that secondary a little bit later on. I'm going to talk about that in a different category. Delanie Walker, another dislike, injury. Now, not physically, just something was going on internally with him. He said he felt shortness of breath. You know, the breathing pattern was a little off, so they walked him back. I'm a safe than sorry guy, okay? Go check him out, x-ray him, do whatever you need to do. The last time you had a guy complaining of some abnormal feelings inside, it was Eric Berry, and he had a form of cancer. So I'm always err on the side of caution. Do all you need to do. Run all the tests you need to run. Seems like he's fine. I just want to make sure everything is A-okay with Delanie Walker, because he's such a huge part of this Titans offense. And get in the goddamn end zone is my final dislike. The Titans moved the football well on this day in this game, but they didn't finish off drives. And again, they're not good enough to settle for field goals. They got to get in the end zone. They got to make teams pay. If they're going to drive the football up and down the field, they got to find a way to cap these possessions off with touchdowns if they're going to win some football games. They're not going to beat a lot of teams 19-20. They're not going to win games 17-14. They need to be scoring some points. They need to be getting in the end zone and making teams pay for allowing them to get up and down the field. Get in the end zone. They had to settle for a couple of field goals in this football game. I did not like that. Banana in the tailpipe. The lack of pressure consistently. Okay, this is a team that I think is going to struggle to just get pressure with their front four, front five when they come with a little bit of pressure. I think they're going to have to blitz. And I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe of this team not being able to get pressure because Derek Carr had basically all day. When Jarrell Casey wasn't breathing down his neck, he basically had all day to throw the football in this game. And if that's going to happen, that secondary is going to be left out to dry. They're going to be exposed because that secondary isn't very good. So, in my mind, they need to get pressure, and I think Dick LeBeau is going to draw up some pressure. That's why I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe that this team isn't going to get pressure, even though they didn't get it in this game, because Dick LeBeau is your defensive coordinator, and Dick LeBeau can scheme it up. So if he figures out early on in the season, all right, damn it, we're not getting to the quarterback rushing 4, he's just going to start scheming some stuff up and start sending blitzes from all types of angles. So I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe that these guys can't get pressure because Dick LeBeau is their defensive coordinator and Dick LeBeau can get pressure. End of discussion. So those are my likes, dislikes, and banana in the tailpipe for the Tennessee Titans. Let's move on to the home team in this game, the Oakland Raiders. And we'll start with Derek Carr. My goodness, was Derek Carr razor sharp in this game or what? He looks like he's ready to ascend and run away from the rest of the quarterbacks in his draft class. If he continues to play like this, that's exactly what he's going to do. This was a very impressive performance by Derek Carr. Again, he's thrown some lasers this preseason. Against Green Bay, that pass to Amari Cooper, tight man-to-man coverage. The corner actually looked, and he couldn't do anything about it. I mean, literally, actually the corner didn't look, but the ball was so perfectly placed, I couldn't have ran up and handed it to him. Partner, any better than that. So to see some of these dimes that he's throwing, I'm just like, wow, man, flick of the wrist. He's in a zone right now. Really like what Derek Carr's doing. He's spreading the football around. He's got targets. He looks scary right now, man. This guy looks like he's ready to break out. And a lot of the hype surrounding this Raiders team has to do with the fact that a lot of people think Derek Carr's going to take that next step. And if he does, and this preseason looks like he could potentially do that, look out. The Raiders could be on the come offensively. Now, we still got some things to discuss defensively, but offensively, they looked the part. David Amerson, he had a penalty in this game, did get beat in this game, but David Amerson is active. He's around the football, missed a tackle on DeMarco Murray early in the game, missed another tackle on Marcus Mariota out in space, but he was active in this game. He was around the football. He was aggressive. Look, you're going to get beat in this league, but he was there. And I still think he's the best thing they got at the cornerback position, believe it or not. They went out and got Sean Smith. That's nice, that's cute, but I think David Amerson might be the best thing you got at the cornerback position. They tested him often in this game, and there were a number of times where he stood up to that challenge in this football game. So I really like what DA is doing out there, David Amerson, for this Oakland Raiders team. New contract in hand. Looks like he's performing well, and he did in this particular game. DeAndre Washington. Really like what I saw out of him now. He got his ass blazed in this game. Okay, Akeem Ayers lit him up. All right, but aside from that, he looked good. Had the touchdown on the opening possession out of the backfield, which this is what Reggie McKenzie talked about when he was drafted. This is a guy that can catch the ball out of the backfield, make some things happen, and you saw that in this game. He looks damn good, and you can hand him the rock. He can catch it out of the backfield. He can protect. He can do a lot of things. He looks good. He looks really good, and I think that's another weapon for the Raiders on this football team. Amari Cooper. What more can I say about Amari Cooper? When the ball's in the sky and your QB needs a guy, it's somebody. You see Amari Cooper, you know what time it is. Set a bunch of franchise records for rookie receptions and touchdowns and all of that good stuff, yards. This guy, he's elite. And only his second year, he's elite. He's going to do what he do. The thing he needs to do is catch the football, and he did that in this game. Beautiful catch in the end zone. Defender draped all over him. Great catch in the back of the end zone. Got the feet down. Thought the ball actually moved. Thought it could have been called incomplete. I thought he should have been given a touchdown, and he was. So I was fine with that. He looks to be in midseason form. He just needs to continue to develop and continue to do what he's doing. That rapport between he and Derek Carr looks like it's on 10. Needs to stay that way if they're going to compete in the AFC West this season. Let's get to the dislikes. The defense. My goodness, the defense was bad in this football game, especially early on. gave up 191 yards in the first frame alone, okay? DeMarco Murray and company ran the football with reckless abandon all over this defense. And since the injury to Mario Edwards Jr., they haven't been able to stop the run. It's been bad in Oakland since his injury. They got to get better. They got to get better in the run game. They gave it up in the secondary as well. The big play to Tajay Sharp really skewed the numbers, but they were giving it up in the air as well, allowing them to throw the football. They had them in 3rd and long, and they let the receiver that the Titans got from Miami, his name escapes me at the moment, Rashard Matthews, to catch about a 18-yard pass on like 3rd and 14. That can't happen. They're not getting consistent pressure on the quarterback. If it's not Mac, it's not happening. So this defense has a lot of holes in it right now, okay? Got to find a way to generate pressure, and I know it's preseason, and you don't want to show your hand. And again, neither one of these teams wanted to show anything. They're going to play each other in week 3. The Titans have this weird scheduling quirk this year in the preseason where they play 3 teams off their regular season schedule in the preseason, which is asinine. I don't know how that managed to happen, but it did. So you don't want to show your hand. You don't want to show off anything offensively, defensively. I get it, but got to find a way to get pressure. They didn't in this game. The defense got gashed in this football game. The interior of this offensive line, let's talk about that. That was a dislike for me in this game because I thought that they were getting beat on the interior. There was one play where Kalechi Osemele was on his ass, okay? There was a play where I saw your center, and he's a damn good center, Rodney Hudson, on his ass, getting beat on the interior of that offensive line by Jarrell Casey. Jarrell Casey had a field day. That interior of the offensive line is supposed to be a strength. They need to be better on the interior of that offensive line. I saw them getting beat inside too often for all the money that they spent at the left guard and center position. No one should be coming up that A-gap between those two, and they were. And so that needs to be fixed and rectified. And the banana in the tailpipe for me in this game, the run defense. Okay, it's been bad the last 2 weeks. Since Mario Edwards Jr. went down against Arizona in preseason game number 1, the run defense has been bad. Okay, Green Bay ran all over them. Eddie Lacy, that first possession, they ran all the way down the field, scored a touchdown, they got Eddie Lacy the hell out of the game. In this game, DeMarco Murray ran all over this defense, and so did the big workhorse Derrick Henry. They got to stop the run. If they can't stop the run, teams are going to run and set up the pass against this Raiders football team. They got to stop the run. I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe of this team not being able to stop the run, though. I think they're going to scheme up some things. They're going to be able to stop the run. And I don't know when Mario Edwards Jr. comes back, but when he does, I expect the run defense to be much better because right now it is bad. And I'm not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe that this team can't stop the run. Okay, you don't just go from a really solid run-stopping defense to not being able to stop the run at all. And right now, they don't look like they can stop the run at all, and I'm not buying it. That's my banana in the tailpipe for the Oakland Raiders. So, going to check Twitter real quick to see if there's any heat on Twitter. And if there isn't, then I'll check the live feed and see if anything's going on there. Nothing on Twitter. I'll check the YouTube live feed quickly, and then we will skedaddle. So, let's see what's going on. Got a comment here. Raiders D is really concerning me. This is from Bernard543. He says, Raiders D is really concerning me. Doesn't look like we can stop the run or make an open field tackle. I agree with you. In this game, it was bad. I mean, a lot of guys were out in space. DeMarco Murray on the first run of the game was able to elude David Amerson to get outside. If he makes that tackle, so a 1-2 yard gain max. Instead, he misses, and DeMarco Murray is able to get about 15 on that play. I talked about the Marcus Mariota run where he eluded David Amerson as well. Faked the pitch. You know, kind of hard when you're out in space and the guy fakes a pitch. Kind of got to honor that. He did, and Marcus Mariota held on to the football, got up the field, and then tossed it to Harry Douglas. But yes, it is a concern. The Raiders looked bad against the run last week against the Packers, looked even worse this week versus the Titans. So you should be concerned. They do need to clean that up. But again, with Mario Edwards coming back, I think they're going to scheme some things up. You didn't want to show your hand. You might have to scheme ways up to stop the run. You may have to run blitz because right now up front you are getting killed in the run game. Let's see if I have any more. Bernard543 says, I think Amerson gets better as the season progresses. Look, David Amerson, I got a special place in my heart being a Redskins fan. We drafted him. Didn't work in Washington. I'm rooting for David Amerson. He looks good. And like I said, He did get beat a couple of times, did have a penalty, did miss out in space tackling. I never said he was the best tackler in the world. Okay, never said that. But David Anderson will compete. I like that about him. He's always up for the challenge. And so I thought he played well in this game, even though he did have a few hiccups. The Cruise in 26 says, I read that Tajay Sharp dropped in the draft due to the fact that he's usually not good after the catch. No yak. It's not a fast, explosive, dynamic receiver, and I said that in his breakdown. But you couldn't tell when he caught that essentially that stop route over the middle of the field because he was at a standstill and then turned around and ran away from the entire Oakland Raiders defense. So you couldn't tell on that play, but that's not usually what he is. He's not a guy that's going to turn a 5-yard catch into a 55-yard catch, but that's exactly what he did on that play. So it kind of contradicts what everyone said about him. But if you watch the tape, when he was at UMass, there wasn't a lot after the catch. That's not who he is usually, but he did it on that play. Bernard543 says, it's so beautiful watching Amari Cooper run routes. It is. The guy, he's a technician. No doubt about that. He's surgical. Absolutely. And let's see what else we have. Bernard543 asks, do you think Marcel Reese has trade value? Maybe trade him for a nose tackle, D tackle, or linebacker. I don't really know if Marcel Reese has a lot of value. You know, the fullback position is a dying position, and he's not really a real fullback. He doesn't really block. He's more of a pass-catching threat out of the backfield. Maybe some team has, that position tucked away that they need a player like Marcel Reese because he does have value, but I just don't know if anybody's looking for that type of guy. I don't think anyone's looking to trade for that type of player. They feel like, hey, we'll go get our own. Somebody will hit the waiver wire. We'll convert a tight end to that position, but we won't give up any assets to go and get someone else's fullback. So I don't think he would have that much value at all, to be honest with you. Blackbird Blitz says, Lou be working hard as hell. Sup, vids is filled with, hey, I appreciate it, man. That's what I do. That's all I know how to do is grind. That's all I know how to do is grind. Lori Real, I don't know if that's Lori Riley Rel. That's what we're going to go with. Or Lori Really Rel. That's what we're going to go with, one of the two. What kind of jump do you think Mariota will take in year 2? I mean, he looks good. And with this new and improved run game, the fact that they can run the football as effectively as they have this preseason, it's going to open up so many different passing windows for him. If he can just be accurate, which was his calling card in college, if he can just be accurate, he's going to have a monster season because you're going to have to come up for the run. You're going to have to respect play action. So those guys should be running in that second window behind those linebackers. They should be running wide open. He should be hitting chunk plays of 12 to 15 yards in that intermediate dig route zone. He should be hitting that all day long. That should be easy money for Marcus Mariota this season. And if they can get a deep threat, if they can find someone that can stretch the field vertically, they could have a huge season because play action fake will be there. I can assure you with the way that they're running the football. He can have a huge leap in year 2. And Nick Riley says, for real, Lou never stops grinding. Got to show love. Hey, man, I appreciate that, guys. I really do. Really, really, really do. And Bernard543 says, always leaving like a man. Love your videos. Thanks for answering and reading my comments. Ain't no doubt, man. If you guys put them in there and you use the hashtag, I'm going to bless you. Like I said, all you got to do is follow the directions, and I got you, man. I got you. So that's going to do it for this breakdown of the Oakland Raiders hosting the Tennessee Titans. If it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here in the lab room. Come back and join me as I continue to break down anything and everything in the National Football League. I'll be right back because I got Indianapolis Colts and Philadelphia Eagles sitting on ice. I'll see you in a second. Remember, we're changing the game one live feed at a time. I'll see you in a bit.